everyone, and welcome to SHSU Unlocked. My name is Michaela Woods, and today we have Jeanine Bias-Nelson. She is the Director of the Office of Institutional Diversity and Inclusion, as well as the Title IX Coordinator. How are you today?
I'm great, Michaela. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Thank you for asking. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into the questions. So being that you are the Director of an office as well as the Title IX Coordinator, how does your day look?
Oh my goodness, that's an interesting question. So, I mean, my day is never the same, and I think that that's one of the things I like about my jobs. But the combination of the two things, they're very different. And so, on the diversity and inclusion side, we might be offering a program, putting together curriculum, consulting with different people across campus on some of the ideas that they have in their departments and areas as far as diversity and inclusion. Then from the Title IX side, it could be taking in reports, reviewing email if somebody made an online report, doing trainings and presentations to special populations, training our investigators, training our decision makers. It could be lots of different things. And then there's also an administrative component in working with my staff or working with the division in different meetings. And so no day is ever the same, but it always keeps me on my toes. So it's interesting.
Most definitely. So when a lot of students think about Title IX, we think about diversity workshops and consent trainings. But what is the purpose of Title IX, and how does Title IX serve us as students?
Well, I think that that's one of the kind of misnomers about Title IX is that students don't understand that Title IX is just specifically for gender discrimination. I think with us doing diversity and inclusion workshops and stuff like that, people kind of combine the two things together, and they're very much different. Title IX really just covers gender-based discrimination, while there's other protected classes like race is covered under Title VII, and ADA is for disability and some other things. Title IX speaks to sexual harassment, sexual misconduct, and other things that are gender-based. And so when we get to talking about Title IX, I think some of the confusion there is, well, you know, exactly what is that? And mainly for the university's perspective, it's about handling sexual misconduct and sexual discrimination that occurs on or off campus, and to educate the student body and really the whole university community on the do's and don'ts, prevention and awareness, and ultimately how to report and what to do once a report happens.
Okay, so you mentioned how to report. That brings up the next question. What is the process of reporting incidents to the Title IX office?
And we try to make it as easy as possible. So there's multiple ways that you can report. I mean, 24/7, you can report an incident of sexual misconduct on our website. So just shsu.edu/Title IX or Title IX. It's online, you fill out some questions, and it's really simple. But for people that want some more interaction, you can call our office. You know, our extension is 43080, and you can just call and talk to either myself or our deputy coordinator, Natalie Isaac, to make a report. You can also just simply email us at title9@shsu.edu, or you can come in our office. And I think that sometimes people want to talk to somebody directly, and that's still important. You got to have your mask on and use a little hand sanitizer, but yeah, we still take in-person intake, and you can talk to either myself or the deputy coordinator in person as well.
So who was able to report incidents to the Title IX office?
Anybody. So a victim or complainant themselves can come in and report. A friend that's just needing advice to how to handle something that might have happened to another friend. Mm-hmm. All faculty staff are actually required, anytime a student discloses to them sexual misconduct or sexual harassment that's happened, all faculty and staff are required by Texas law to actually report that to the Title IX office. And then we are required, once again, by law, to reach out to that person and offer them services and resources, and letting them know what a grievance process is if they wanted to move forward with that. And so there's lots of different avenues. The most important thing is that if something does occur to somebody, that one, it is reported, and two, we try to get them the information and the services that they need.
Okay, so what's one thing you can say to survivors who have developed a mistrust within the Title IX offices because of the stigma that the Title IX offices are meant to protect the university and not the students?
I would say, and that's a huge kind of misnomer or myth. I think that protecting the university is serving the students, and the university has a requirement to excuse me, to follow Title IX guidelines that are put out by the Department of Education. But most of those guidelines are clear in that we have to offer training, that we have to offer a grievance process, that we have to let people know the steps in filing a report. And I think sometimes some of the confusion also comes in, or maybe the disappointment is that our office is impartial. And so while we can offer services and refer to the counseling center or victim advocates or anything like that, our office is impartial, and we have to, particularly in investigation, provide due process and look at all sides and all perspectives, and weigh all the evidence before making a decision. And I think sometimes that can be disappointing for somebody that has come in and had the courage enough to report. But from our standpoint, we offer the services and resources that we feel everybody needs, not only just the complainant but the respondent, but kind of walk you through the process and understanding that at the end of the day we are impartial, and we are a body that's going to gather all the evidence, but we want everybody to make sure that they know what services are available to them.
Right. Definitely understandable. So what is the difference between reporting to the Title IX office and reporting to the police?
Oh my goodness. So it's night and day. It's two different things. And I always tell people that Title IX law enforcement run parallel and not perpendicular. And so we don't share reports other than maybe some initial intake reports. We don't do the investigations together because they're two separate definitions. Usually when you're looking at even something like a sexual assault, criminal law has one definition, and more importantly, they have a certain standard of proof, and then we have a different one. So for criminal situations, they have a beyond a reasonable doubt burden of proof, where we have preponderance of evidence, or more likely than not. And so if a student wants to complain to both, they can. If a student wants to complain to one or the other, they can. And there's benefits and challenges with either one of them. But we try to walk students through the process of what it looks like to have an administrative report through the university, what it looks like to report to law enforcement, how long both of those processes might take, and just really offer up all the options to somebody before they decide to move forward.
Okay, now I want to shift back over to the Office of Institutional Diversity and Inclusion. Does that office offer any programs for students to attend just to be more informed?
Yeah, we offer tons of programs. We've tried to really ramp up, particularly in this new day and age of social justice awareness, and really kind of trying to move beyond just diversity of representation, but really looking at equity and inclusion issues as well. We've always in the past, we've done an event called the Longest Table, which kind of brings university community, faculty, staff, students together. In the past, we did a huge luncheon in which people would be able to engage and have talk around questions and stuff like that. We also did or have done in the past Creed Week, which is centered around inclusion efforts and belonging, and around our Bearcats Belong Creed that really talks about you are a Bearcat and you belong here. But more importantly, as social justice has become a major topic across the country and really across the globe, we've tried to increase our awareness in our educational programs, really directly towards students. Over the summer, we had a race dynamics workshop, and then this fall, we're launching a couple of different initiatives. For students, we're doing the Safe Zone training that is one chats that are just kind of fireside chats in which people can discuss certain topics. And then we're following that up with the educational workshop on that topic. And those topics can range from mental health issues to unconscious bias to microaggressions. And so we're really excited to kind of bring that to the university community and help starting to engage in conversation on a consistent basis.
Right. I can say that this summer I was a part of the racial dynamics workshop, and it was very good. So I want to thank your office for actually putting that on and allowing students as well as faculty to attend and be more educated on the different things that are going on in the world. But I just have one more question for you, and it's more of a fun question. What's your favorite SHSU tradition?
Oh, wow. Tradition. So I'm an SHSU alum, eat 'em up cats. And I have, there's lots of things to love about this university, but I'll say my absolute favorite tradition will still have to be Welcome Week. And, we just ended Welcome Week, but there's just something about the university kind of reopening, even though we are open year round, even though we have summer school, there's just something about the fall semester and the first week of school where you see, exciting freshman faces, you see returning students, the activities, convocation, all the different things that really kind of kick off this new academic year. And it's just something about it that gives you a recharge to me, especially as a professional staff member on campus, to see kind of the re-excitement on people's faces, and just really looking forward to starting a new year. So I would say Welcome Week is still my favorite.
I can definitely attest to that, being a Welcome Week leader. And like you said, seeing that recharge and seeing different students network with each other and connect with each other, it really does show the community that Sam Houston offers to students. Well, that sums up our segment for today. We want to thank Ms. Jeanine Bias-Nelson for tuning in to SHSU Unlocked. Thank you so much, and eat 'em up, cats.